Dayna Johnson here, your Dentrix office manager, with Teresa Duncan with Odyssey Management. And we're here today to talk about your favorite topic, dental coding. So Teresa, let's first talk about the D4342. I hear a lot out in the dental practices, a little bit of confusion on how to use this code.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, 4342 was a lovely code when it first started, and then we started to realize that frequency limitations applied to it. And what I mean by that is typically 4341, which is your scaling root plane per quad, usually has 24 months of a frequency limitation attached to it. So you can't use that code again in that particular quadrant for 24 months. Well, 4342, which is only 1 to 3 teeth, you use that and that same frequency limitation applies. And the scenario that would happen is that we would start with, say, maybe teeth 12 and 13 needing perio treatment, and then at the 12-month checkup, surprise, the whole quadrant has perio disease. And so we go to perform scaling root planing in the full quadrant, but now we don't have benefits available for it because of the frequency limitation. So it was a darling code, and then it turned into an oh no code. So, but the way to get that code paid is to submit what needs to be submitted, which is the same as 4341, your periodontal charting and your full set of radiographs. So if you have photos are wonderful. Please send in the photos along with it. The other question that I get with 4342 is, can I bill 4910, which is periodontal maintenance, after I use 4342?
Right.
The chances are the contract probably won't allow it to be paid unless you have more than one of those quadrants or one of those procedure codes billed. So if you've got 4342 in the upper right, 4342 in the lower right, you probably could bill 4910 because there's some disease evident, but just be prepared to appeal it because it's probably not going to sail through on its own.
Good advice. And another thing I'm hearing out in the dental community is build-up. And I heard you talk earlier that you have a great narrative for build-up.
I do, and I have a three pages of narratives for basically any situation you need, and I'm happy to send it to readers of your blog.
Oh,
Just
that would be great.
Send an email to me with a Dentrix office manager and narratives, and I'm happy to send that to you. My only caveat is please don't copy and paste mine, make them your own. Just take a look at the language that I use. So when it comes to build-ups, if there's any cusps missing, please make sure that you note that in box 35 on Dentrix, box 35, the insurance additional remarks. And also, if you take pictures, that's another, pictures are just gold. Oh my goodness, yeah. And if there's, what they're looking for is about 1 to 2 millimeters of tooth structure missing. And so the trick when you're writing those narratives is to use language that's found in the insurance contract. Don't use your language. For example, I had one girl who gave me her narrative for a crown buildup, and it was tooth broke, needed more tooth to put crown on it.
Okay.
And there's no way an insurance company is going to pay that. So let's use insurance company terminology, and definitely send the supporting documentation. So yeah, but I would definitely include millimeters lost and any cusps that are missing and photos.
Great. Sure. Great. So talking about sending the right information, you're a huge advocate of electronic attachments.
Absolutely, yeah. They've made my life easier. I was an office manager for almost 20 years until before this all happened. And if my boss had taken the money for electronic claims out of the budget, I would have paid for it because I couldn't believe how much it made. It's $20 a month or $25 a month, and it makes your life so much easier. You don't have to print up photos. You don't have to print up radiographs. You don't have to go and copy pages of notes. You just put it on the screen, take a screenshot, or you attach images straight from the image library or the document center.
Exactly.
So easy. So, if you're having problems getting your claims paid, and it's because you're always sending in these attachments by mail, please look into electronic attachments. Talk to your Dentrix trainer, talk to your software about that.
Yeah, and faster. We get paid faster.
Absolutely, yeah. And we need to reduce our revenue cycle because cash is king in our offices.
Absolutely.
So that's a very good point.
Absolutely. So tell our viewers, our readers, how they could get a hold of you if they want to get that narrative sheet, or they just want to get a hold of you with help and now.
Okay, great. My email is Teresa, without an H, Teresa, at odyseymgmt.com. My website is odyseymgmt.com, and you can find me on Facebook under Odyssey Management. So I'm happy to connect with you on any of those locations, and Dayna, you can always find me too.
I can always track you down. Well, thank you for spending some time with us today.
You're very welcome.